What up, YouTube? Welcome to the camuppodcast, and I'm just doing a reaction video to "When Doves Cry." It's Kevin Samuels featuring Brittney Renner. It was a really good interview. Um, I just wanted to point out some things because usually when Kevin Samuels talks about fear, scarcity, and lack, it is and it drives the way some women make their decisions. Um, so I'm going to play this clip, and then when I stop the clip, I'm going to get back and give my comments on what she said.
Surface level, I know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But from a PR standpoint, have you told there's a story that's out there, and
Of course.
think all right, but is the story accurate?
No.
All right. Well, then let's skip back. If the outcome you want is truly the family that, like most of us who didn't grow up with a family, we long for that, we want that.
Yeah.
All right. What matters more, getting that or your, let's just call it your entrepreneurial empire? Because you can't have both.
Why is that?
You got to pick.
Why do I have to choose though?
Because life is about choices and trade-offs. And one of the biggest lies that's been told to your generation is you can have it all at the same time. Show me one person that has it all at the same time.
I think I don't know a person off the top of my head.
Because it's impossible. It's impossible to have it all at the same time. The things that when you start really letting your guard down and softening up, that's what you want. Then you have the things that we feel like we need.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But you can't have it all. It's like you can't have this life and then have a normal private life.
Right.
You can't, because it's too public.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who you're meeting, you don't know why you're meeting them, and you got to calculate every time you meet somebody what's the damage that can be done to the end goal because you're you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not normal.
It's not.
So that comes along with it. So all things being equal, what matters more in the long term to you? Is it the family life, that kind of stuff, and still living a decent life, or is it the speaking your truth and the whole Wendy Williams kind of thing we were talking about?
See, I think that's a good question, but I almost feel like I can't get too far away from the empire, because if I get too far from the empire, any man that I'm with, at some point in time, I'm going to have to get in compliance and kind of sign up for whatever his set of rules are, right? Get on his program, I should say. And I am well aware of what's out there. I'm well aware a lot of guys are going to steer clear of me, which is fine. So that's why, as much as I want the family, I want the matching pajamas on Christmas, it's almost like I can't really put all of my eggs in that, because I'm going to have to make sure me and my son are financially okay. No matter what happens to his dad, no matter what is to come, I feel like I can't just say, oh, I just want a family. Like, I did that. I wasn't really posting on social media. I had to kind of trade off. You want to be able to sit at home, not work? Well, there's certain things you're not going to post.
Well, I often hear women say these paradoxical things.
Now, I don't want to break any of Kevin Samuels' rules for sharing his content, but I will leave a link, and the time is 24 minutes and 31 seconds, and it goes further into her saying that she wanted to be taken seriously, and the only way to be taken seriously is if she had her own. And even before I stopped the video, it's like, it's she wants to make sure that her child and everything is taken care of, and all of that stuff, right? So, and it's a little confusing, and the reason why it's confusing is because she wanted something, but I believe that she got scared of it. Because even she was with DJ Academics, she was like, I really thought he was the one. Why can't people believe that? Like, she's like really pleading, like, why don't people believe that? And Kevin Samuels is really good at getting to the truth. Like, when you let people talk, and he like those people alley oops, and he lets them slam dunk it with the truth that they don't know that they're putting out there, but they're putting it out there. Her getting on somebody else's program is scary to her. Her not having her own is scary to her. Like, her buying into a family that she said that she wants is scary to her. I believe that she did like PJ Washington, and she scaled back posts on social media, and that got scary. It's something that probably made her feel like she was in deep waters, and that and she ran back to what was comfortable for her. Right? She was scared. And as strong as she wants to be, she wants to speak her truth, and she wants to do all these great things, being committed with a family, with a millionaire. Now, mind you, she wants to make sure that her and her son are good. She chose to have a baby by a millionaire, which is paying millions in child support. Yo, you were good. Your child is good. Now, what better way to make sure that your son and yourself would be like really taken care of than to stick with the millionaire father, have his back, make sure that he doesn't mismanage his money to set you and the family up for the long haul and not the short run. That's what teammates do. That's what families do. That's what women can be very good at, especially when it becomes to working inside the home and managing the finances for things to happen inside the home. You report back to the husband, baby, we need money for this, we need money for this, we need money for this. Hey, babe, you are overspending money right here. I know that we have it, but like, we don't need it. You know, that was her opportunity, right, to have the family that she wanted, because it's obvious, like, even by her mouth, she, PJ told her that he wanted to be a family. He wanted her to move in with him. He chose to have a baby with her, and part of that conversation that she, and this is referring back to DJ Academics, part of the conversation to where she was on birth control, for her to get off of birth control, I believe that they both agreed that they were going to be a family. But she got scared. She didn't want them to follow the rules that would keep them together in the long run, which is where Kevin Samuels is getting at. Is you want what you want, or do you want what you say that you want versus what you really want? See, you want to do these things, it's short-term happiness, but your family is long-term happiness, but you're not going in that direction. Like, you won't give up this thing to make you make money when the child's father is already making more money than you, and then you could have fell back, be a wife, be a mom, help protect the brand, help build the brand. Like, those are the things, like, and when you look out in society and how this country specifically is set up, is like, women want to outshine their husbands or their male counterparts, which is okay, but usually that brings problems, i.e. Will and Jada, i.e. Aisha and Steph Curry. It's like being married to a rich man that's going to take care of the family that leaves you wanting and needing for nothing truly is not good enough. In situations that are supposed to be comfortable, some of the women in these days find that very uncomfortable. Like, you don't want for nothing, you don't need for nothing. Your man has means, but yet and still there's no comfort because you're not the one doing it. That makes no sense, but it makes sense. And I've heard Brittney Renner say this, and I've heard a couple other women say this. Like, well, in my mind, and usually when women say in their mind, who really knows what's in there? You're trying to make sense of things that don't make sense, and you won't listen to nobody. So in your mind, like, we don't know. So stop being in your mind and be in reality. Be in what it is. Like, be in the present reality world. That's what we need. No more in your mind. Anything. It helps nobody. It doesn't help people that think like that. It don't help the world at large. But I, in some way, in some fashion, because there's a child now that's involved, I would want to see them get back together to work it out, because she's a very likable person. She's beautiful. She has a nice voice. And even PJ Washington, knowing all the things that she done, was still open to having her and starting a family with her. Right? And if they were to get back together, and then if she was not going to handle it as being a scared person, I think they could really, have something. I don't know. But there's a child that's involved now. And you kind of got to put the child's needs and wants first. And no child wants to grow up in a separate home from their mother and their father. No child wants to meet a new daddy and a new mommy that's connected to their new daddy and a new mommy. Like, so I got two. Like, can we stop putting kids through this? Stepmoms and stepdads and temporary stepdads and temporary stepmoms, like the uncles that's really not uncles and the aunties that's really not aunties. And then we wonder why people grow up confused, and then when they learn the truth, oh, that's not my auntie. Oh, no, that's not my auntie. Okay, I get it now. That's not my real uncle. Okay, I get it. The one uncle that always used to come by and be sweating when he walked out the bedroom. Okay, we get it. But that's my take on it. I think she caught feelings. I think she did want what she wanted. But because it wasn't comfortable to her, she got scared of it. And even everything in this interview, from her in her past, with her ex, living in her ex's parents' basement and everything like that, she lacked something in, like she said, people are going to remember my name. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Go. And she did what she had to do. And all of us humans, we do what we have to do. So there's no judgment. Like, I can't judge her. Like, nobody's perfect, but it did leave her wanting something deeper and something more. So, and then when she almost had it, and she was like, she almost had a successful family dynamic. Rich husband, trophy wife, if some people want to call it that. I have a child. I don't necessarily have to work in the workforce area, but I can still be useful. But that terrified her. So she ran. And when I see situations like that, and it's funny that a song was just made, like, she's a runner, she's a track star, she can run her way when things get hard. I don't know the song like all the way, but I know what it means just by the hook, even though physically it wasn't hard, mentally mentally, it was like, I'm about to give up everything, and it's uncomfortable. I'm about to give up my brand for his brand, and what if we don't work? Well, that's you already have a child. You're gonna be good. Just don't mismanage the child support. So it's like, even in her mind, like how she's shaping things is kind of backwards. It's like, I need to make sure that my son and my child are okay. Well, your child's father is a millionaire that wanted to be with you. Like, you would have been okay. But that's my take. Sound off in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, please. But when I heard this, I just didn't go to the, oh, he should have got on her. He should have, no. He needed to do it how he did it, so that we could get the truth from the situation for people that look for deeper things to see what the truth really is. So this is just my version of it. This is what I took from the video. And if you have anything for me, camuppodcast@gmail.com. If you want to cam up, let me know. I am open to talking to anybody about any subject, because I'm not perfect, and I'm also on this journey to learn and to understand more people and different things in life. So if you want to cam up, get at me, camuppodcast@gmail.com. There's a link to this full interview in the description. Please go check it out. It's a really good interview. Kevin Samuels is like smooth, he's intelligent, and the way that he does things is like, it kind of gets people to open up about things that they may not want to open up about, and then you get to the aha moment. This is what it really is. So thank you guys for looking at my podcast and my reaction video. I'll talk to you soon.